So that sucked. Alright, well, yeah, we're back, so let's yeah, let's get back to work. Nothing else we can do. Cool. So I'm gonna cut out her. You know what I should have done with that? Oh well. Let's start getting her coat. It's kind of nice to just start with like big areas first, and then just work your way. If you're ever in doubt, like what to base color something, just color it dark, like some dark color, and then just come back to it later. Because then it'll just kind of just fade out into whatever you need. And what's really cool, since I have these gloves already base colored, it's kind of like, I don't need to worry about them. Let's go ahead and merge those down. Alright, cool. Excellent. Since this belt is going all the way across, yeah, thank you again, everyone. Thank you for your patience on that. I'm really sorry about the technical difficulties. Yeah, that was not cool. Yeah. So yeah, if you're back and you stayed with me, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. If you're new and you're just tuning in, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Please give me a follow. Really, I'd really like it. Yeah. I was gonna say appreciate it again, but I was like, oh, I already said I appreciate everyone that stayed. Ah, there's too much appreciation. Cool. Alright, again, yeah, I'm just using that lasso technique, so I'm just holding Alt. Sometimes I'll even just keep Shift held down just because, like, yeah. Awesome. As you can see, it's kind of like a little easier, especially when you're running across larger areas. Like, technically, if you're ever, like, having a lot of trouble kind of getting your lines, like, just zoom in, like, crazy far, right into the vagina. No, just zoom in crazy far, and then you can, you know, just use the Alt and the lasso and just really, you know, just get really detailed, like, dude. It's a lot easier to stay inside the line, you know. Cool. Alright, I think that's it. Now I'm just going to use, since I already have those gloves, I can just magic wand really quick, minus those out. Let's get this underside of the jacket. Yeah, I'll just color it now. Let's get that selected. Ooh, that's my favorite part. See, on like a big broad area, sometimes it is just a little easier, just Alt. And if sometimes though, if you have to get a really smooth, clean line now. So don't like oh man, I did all that. Alright. Here's what we can do. Here's a crazy thing that happened. We got that, but we lost all of our other selection. No! What do? Start crying? No. Again, God, why is it the first thing that comes to your mind every time, you guys? Alright, so cool. I'm just gonna copy that. Just Command C. Alright. Just regular copy, Command C. And now let's just go back in time. Let's go back in time to another time. Alright, cool. So now I just Control Z'd a couple notches, and now we got that awesome selection back. Alright, cool. So what we're gonna do now is that's not good. Cool. This is gonna be a little out of the box, but let's just pretend this selection was so awesome that we just could not lose it no matter what. Alright, so now let's Control J that one. Alright, now let's go ahead and Command Shift V. What? You're throwing too many things at me. Alright, cool. We had the selection, we used that cool Command J technique, and we duplicated just what we had selected. So let me show you what that was by desaturating it. Cool. So just the lab code itself. Alright, cool. Now we hit Command Shift V on, remember before when we had that like selection on there that ruined everything? Yeah, cool. We didn't want to waste that. What's neat to notice about that is that you can Command Z, but the copy, whatever you copied to your clipboard, will still be there. So let's get rid of that. Anyway, that was like a little, I have a little break time software that I'll use to remind me to take a break, a little hand break every 10 minutes. If you guys are finding yourself like kind of struggling with like carpal tunnel or anything like that, highly recommend investing in it. So I'm just going to desaturate that quite a bit. I don't need to desaturate all the way, just because, what if I want to make the coat another color later on? It's nice to have a little color, like you can have it look white or black without it being completely desaturated, you know, because like it's just kind of nice to be able to go back to something if I want to just be like, ah! And we can also use it to kind of give a little like feeling, like if we make that a little cooler, it's like ooh, give a more like icy feel, versus we go for a little more like yellow, it's like okay, it's a white coat, but she's not so cold and harsh, like that kind of thing. So sweet. Maybe we'll get like almost like some red gloves on her or something. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see. Let's Command V that. So everything is in just one layer within a silhouette layer, if that makes sense to everyone. Let's go ahead and I'll make that perfectly black so you can see it. Ah! Where'd you go? Alright, cool. Sweet. Alright, cool. And again, anyone still tuning in, thanks for coming back. Thanks for having me here. It's me, Dean Money, your good friend and humble host here at AGL Studios, the greatest studio on earth. Yeah, awesome. You can check out our info on the little info tab at the bottom. And what we're doing right now, right here, right now, something is we are doing the little base colors, kind of the flat colors. So this part of the phase is good for a couple reasons. You can use it for a couple different things. You can just kind of almost like prep for the painting phase, when you're gonna just like separating the colors, defining a palette, you know, like kind of just almost, maybe you don't even have to stick with the colors, you can just have like selectable areas, so you can just change whatever color you need to. And again, on that note, like what if you are trying to like kind of, you need to run like a color scheme past your art director or something, having the flat colors is a good way to do that, just because it will like fill that up, minus this out. So we have, look at this, I filled that in. We missed the little spot right there. Alright, let's just Control Z and I'll just hold Alt, and using the lasso tool I can just quickly draw that away. Now I can fill it in. Ah, nice. You might be wondering, like, why are the buckles the same color? Like, I would have made that like a metal color and looked cool. It's like, well, we can still do that. It's still, you know, we're just starting. There's no rush. It's all good. Sweet. So, and you might even notice, like, Dan, you went over there. You're so stupid. God. Alright, well, first off, that's a little harsh, alright? Let's not get that, you know, hostile. Let's chill. We're still good. So I'm gonna do right now. And you might see those, like spot blacks right there, and think, like, oh, I'm safe. Like, I don't need to worry about the selection there. That's actually, does have some opacity. And I might even put these, lines in a like an overlay layer, so they'll be kind of like colored lines. So something I want to know right here, it's like I'm kind of running out of room on the canvas. That's alright, I'm just gonna stop this selection here, like, you know, and like I used to try to do like the whole selection in like one go, and I don't know why I would do that. It was totally foolish, because it's like, you know, I'd be like working so hard to get all this stuff selected, and then it's just like, you know, my roommate like knocks on my like door or something, and she's like, hey, we're going to Taco Bell, and it's just like, ah! And you lose everything. It's like, you don't need to do that. Just hold Shift, use Alt and Shift to either add or take away from your selection. You know, it doesn't all have to be done in one go. Like, something to remember. I don't know. I don't know. Is anyone else that way? Like, when you're like, I don't know, you kind of like set like rules for yourself to I don't know, an attempt to like almost like prove skill, or to like, you know, you think that'll help you build skill faster by like setting these kind of like limitations like that, and these ludicrous expectations. Sweet. Awesome. And again, anyone tuning in, if you have any questions for me, you know, like I welcome it. But do the little @DinMoney, I'd really appreciate it. That'll help me kind of get my attention a lot faster. And if I miss anything, you know, my mods in there, LP Chan, Hawk, and Jessica, they'll help you out. They should know everything that I know. We are one unit. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to start with just a really dark color. This isn't going to be your hair color, but it's generally better to start with darks and then go to lights. But you didn't do the lab coat! I know, that could be bad later on. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. That's alright, it's alright, we'll get past it, Stream, oh no, it's messing up again. Just dude who likes to paint. Chill. Cool. Alright, sweet. So, also when I'm doing these like base color layers, I'm gonna kind of do them in order that can build on themselves. Like it's so easy. I can just like this belt in the middle, since I've already base colored everything around it, including that silhouette around the edge. It's like it's already selected for me. I just gotta click a couple times, and then we just paste it in there, and then boom, shakalaka. And again, it's a dark brown. If we want to mess with the colors later, like let's say, I don't know, like the art director's like, we need more color in there. Give her, we need just like a color focus point. You can like, oh, maybe she's got like a bright red belt. Maybe that'd look cool. We can do that later, like no problem. Just because we already have it selected, it's easy as pie. That's why the lasso tool is so strong. Like, if you are using Photoshop and you're not using the lasso tool, what are you doing? No, it's not like that, but definitely give it a try. I know I didn't use it for a long time, but sometimes I wish I started using it sooner. Alright, I started coloring. They were grim, mate. Grim. They were, you hear starving artists, right? Everybody's got stories like that. Like, I was basically just eating, like, cans of tuna and bowl noodles, or, like, bowl ramens my grandma would get me. And, yeah, but it's like, I had to draw all day, every day, I really wanted to, I was doing just these, like, nicely rendered, like, grayscale, like, paintings of characters for, like, $10. Just anything to get my name out there, and that I was like creating art. So it's tough, but you have to be like willing to take that risk, take that leap. It's like, because I was like poor and hungry, but it's like you need to be able to put in the time it takes to get to a professional level. Like you can't it's so hard having a full-time job and like trying to put in the hours after that, because it's just like that's how I really got better than like my rivals at the time. How I really like reached a professional point, like for a lot of artists or a lot of my peers, just because it was like I was hitting it so hard all day, every day. It's just like just draw, as much as I could. Like yeah, oh man, yeah. So it was tough, man. I had to like I said, like I did this like self-portrait of this like demon, like, so I was saying it's like it's like a curse. It's like I had to give up time to spend with like my family, friends. Like I couldn't have a girlfriend, I couldn't play video games. I had to just like shut myself off in like an apartment for 2 years, maybe 3 years. Shit. It was pretty gnarly. Cool. I'm making it sound all like super scary and nuts. It's like there's nothing good about freelance. That's so funny. Those are the cool stories though. I mean, what do you guys want to hear? It's like, yeah, I got to do a lot of awesome work. It was fun. It's not as dramatic, It's like it's not as interesting a story. But yeah, it is tough. It's like you gotta make the leap, so to say. It's like you gotta, like, a good thing to do when you're starting out is like I've had a lot of artists like kind of the Combs, thanks for coming in. Sorry if anybody new people came in, I didn't recognize you. Thanks for coming out. If we got any follows and I didn't say hello or thank you for the follow, I thank you now. But yeah, my beginnings were kind of like every artist. They're tough, a lot of hard work. Like, 'cause I started later to the game than a lot of people, so it was like it was tough. I had a lot of catching up to do, it felt like. Like, Peachon was like so sick when we first started. She was so sick. No, just kidding. No, like, she used to like, oh man, she used to be so like cool, let's say. Cause she was just like, yeah, like, unless you have 100,000 views on DeviantArt, like, you're not like good yet, though. Well, no, it was fun. It was fun, so like, it was cool. Yeah, we were, she was my first, like, rival. It was crazy. Nice.
So
sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear Peach on back there. She's talking pretty low.
I'm not not saying anything. I'm just wondering about how things came to be.
Chill. Cool. She says she's not saying anything, she's just wondering about how things came to be. I wonder that every day. Nice. But chill, yeah, no, it's like, it's a lot of hard work. Yeah, a lot of late nights, you know, it's just, you gotta draw all day, every day. At least that's what I had to do to get to this level. And I still do, still draw all day, every day. Draw all day, every day. Nice. Cool. What was your freelancing beginnings? Oh, awesome. Thanks, Jess. Nice. Cool. Yeah, they were tough times at Richmond High. Color this bottle. So what I'm gonna do is like, yeah, once I get all the clothing base colored and all these like objects and stuff, kind of like every, like the way I like to think of it is like we kind of the human form, you have your naked like body kind of thing, and then the clothing, all that's on top of that. And generally speaking, whether it's like, you know, like the skin is probably going to be different than whatever your character is wearing, because skin is just such a different like kind of form, what's the thing, or different like texture. Like it's it has a lot of different properties than, let's say, like some wood or something like that, you know, or just like cloth. Sorry, I shouldn't bring in another tangent. But yeah, definitely different than like cloth. So I'll try to separate everything, like all the clothing, everything, the hair, everything above the skin layer, and then I'll have like, you know, just so I can treat the skin layer a little different, add different like, you know, colors to it, and not have to worry about being, you know, not have to worry about them interfering with like the clothing on top. Chill. Get my dinner. That's awesome. Oh. Cool. Sweet. Yeah. So awesome. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right there, because I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna treat the skin a lot differently. Now I know the feeling. I feel so behind from where I'd like to be. Yeah. That's a good. All right. So you want to establish, like, you want to get a real assessment of where you are right now in your present like art state, like art skill set kind of thing. Cause it's like a lot of people like or like I don't even know what I want to say, like people like when I was in college, like I went to a couple different colleges, and like when I was at like a state college, a lot of the people there, it was kind of like you know, it's like, oh, I would just, you know, do my homework, or like, yeah, I'm pretty good, like I'm good in my class, like my teacher thinks I'm good, so that's good enough for me, you know, like, and I'm like, dude, you gotta get online, you gotta be posted on DeviantArt, you gotta get like you know, you gotta put yourself out there. And it's like, they're like, nah, I'm chill, you know, I'll probably just, you know, get a job somehow. And it's like, what, you know, like yeah, sorry, I kind of forgot where I was going with that.
Do you know anyone who's studying at CGMA?
Do I know anyone studying at CGMA? No, sorry, I don't know what that is. Yeah, 'cause I guess I'm out of the loop on the cool school stuff these days. Yeah, because there's a lot of resources out there, you know, online. Like, school's not what it used to be. But yeah, it's cool. Like, it depends, you know, like, if you can, like, kind of, you have self-discipline, you can learn stuff. If you have a schedule that will allow it. Like, for me, like, I went back to school recently to learn a little, like, 3D, just because, like, I couldn't find an excuse in my workday to validate me, like, spending time in, you know, trying to learn some of the program, you know, because I had I have all these personal projects, all this, you know, things I should be working on, you know, and like I kind of needed someone to like you know, teach me how to, like, I need an excuse, like, all right, I'm gonna sit there and they're gonna show me all this stuff, yada yada yada. Yeah, cool. Hey, I'm ready to start coloring the hair, I think, now, looking at that. All right, cool. So yeah, I forgot. Hold on, yeah. So what was the question? The feeling of being on? Oh yeah, that's where I wanted to go with all this. Yeah, like kids school, like you're just like, oh cool, you know, my teacher thinks I'm good, I'm chill. It's like, no, you need to get, or like, you know, what field you want to get into. You need to like kind of see what is like the quality level of, like, you know, the people doing the work that you want to be doing. and you kind of need to like get real with yourself and be like, all right, what is it gonna take for me to get there? You know, and like any game, it's possible, but it just takes time. You know, you have to like level up. You gotta like art is like a very grindy game, so to say, because you literally have to just put in 10,000 hours on the page.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's so unrewarding. It's the worst game ever.
No, it's awesome. It's the coolest game ever. Yeah.
For how much you put in.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah.
Not even.
Yeah, right. So it's really, really cool. Change this a little bit. Cool.
As long as you guys do more than just the homework, you're gonna have a head up.
Yeah.
Make your own projects. Don't just do the homework. Don't ever put homework in your work portfolio.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ever.
Oh my god.
Don't ever. If that's one thing we can say as like artists at work, don't you ever put homework in your portfolio if you want to get hired anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you do, don't even say you did this at college.
Yeah.
Say you did it on your own time. Because nothing says underachieving than the minimum. So it's just like, oh, I put this here because it was homework. It's like, did you do anything other than homework?
Yeah, right, right.
Was your best homework? You couldn't do anything on your own?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know?
So bad.
Like, people go like, what should I put in my portfolio? Well, think about what job you're going for.
Yeah, think about,
Make it colorful. If you want to ink, just make it line art.
Yeah, you need
to.
to.
Goddamn homework.
Yeah. Yeah, like in art schools, they'll tell you like kind of like
They'll tell you fucking bullshit.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you need to have like this wide variety in your portfolio so they can see you can do like this and that and this. But it's like you kind of need to show that you have like a specialty and like that you can just produce the quality of work that they're expecting at that time. So you almost need to show that you can match the house style of wherever you're applying to. It's like you can't like expect to apply at Riot and then never like, you know, not have like work that looks like that. You know, like if you were to draw Jinx, it better look like the way they draw Jinx. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's kind of obvious you're not ready for this right now.
Just make it look cool.
Yeah, it just has to look cool. Yeah,
no matter what style it's in. Well, maybe
that's true.
Depends on the job you're going for. But I just remember that every time, probably just because I went to community college, every time a student would ask a teacher, so what should I put in my portfolio? The teacher never asked, what job are you applying for? They always just said, well, put everything in there. You know, every place will want to see your anatomy, so put in your big-ass, fucking dirty-ass life drawings in there.
Yeah,
they'll love that.
Yeah, I hate God.
They'll love when things are not a standard fucking A3 size.
Yeah, we unlocked freaking Peachon's angry.
But it made me think about like when people are like, because I think she mentioned that Yaku Live, maybe it's a boy. I think that CGMA is a book. Because they asked, do you know CGMA or anyone that studied there?
Ah, cool.
So it makes me just think of like art school or my experience.
Chill. Cool. Nice. Yeah, it's a very competitive field. That's also something to note as well. So let's note this right now too. Okay, so we finished our line work, so we got a nice line work, and we're moving on to color. So that's a good time to, you know, be like, all right, let's save a different version of this work. So heaven forbid, you know, it's something crazy happens and this file gets corrupted. At least, you know, we have a previous version to kind of fall back on. There's actual like kind of like programs that will do that for you, but I just manually do it myself. So that's, yeah, sorry, well, that's a good time to do that. You know, it's like, all right, we're shifting. It's definitely a different transition. We're adding color now. It's a good way to set it. It's kind of like how we'll do with the line art layers. Like, you see all these previous line art layers we have? You know, it's like, it's nice to have backups to that. And again, since we did save it, it's like, alright, you know, I think we're done with you suckers. Like, I don't need you anymore. Yeah, awesome. Just to conserve a little bit on file size. Awesome. So let's change this a little bit. I want to get some other color in there. Maybe that a brown thing. Just like also a note, like when you're doing characters, you want to think about like, you know, where they're going. This game, it is kind of like a fantasy theme one, so like, yeah, I can have some bright colors, but you know, this isn't like a this isn't like Wreck-It Ralph, and I can have like crazy like Sugar Rush colors everywhere, you know. So generally you want to try to keep like, you know, think natural neutral colors, like, you know, browns, blacks, like whites, like, you know, just general stuff. So that way, when I have like a red belt, it's like, wow, that pops, you know. So you can kind of use that to, you know, like if your character, you design a character and then the main character of this game, and then like maybe like I think that Transistor, you know, is a good example of it. It's like she has this crazy like glowing sword, right? And it's like that's her like main feature. And it's like if you've got, you know, this like chick with this cool glowing sword, but then she's got a glowing belt, a glowing freaking glasses, it's gonna kind of detract from like the sword. So you want to think about that too, like kind of what you want to be the impact. Yo.
Combs is asking, what kind of drawings or studies are quote unquote the best for improving your character?
Kind of drawing to study, I'd say like anatomy drawings. Like if you are going to school, one thing that if you are going to art school, like a class that I would recommend taking is life drawing. Definitely. Like just the figure drawing, definitely. Figure 100%. Just because once you get like anatomy understanding, that's when you can really kind of you'll really improve your speed and like yeah, your value, because then you can just, you know, create concepts and they'll look believable. It's like, oh, okay, you know, it makes sense. You can take that knowledge into like other areas like creature design, because you'll learn that, you know, we all kind of have the same base skeleton. So you can take that and like once you know what's like normal, you can kind of, you know, see things that are like abnormal and be like, what? Oh, cool. Like maybe if I push this section, you know, like this, like blah blah. Like looking at a lion. If you look at a lion, it's like there's all these muscles in his face, you know, and how big the jaw comes down. It's like that's, you know, that tells our brain, it's like, whoa, danger, you know, that a lot of muscles in there. Those teeth, like that controls those teeth, that can bite very very hard. Like maybe we should stay away from that, you know. So you can kind of use like your understanding of like the anatomy to kind of get certain emotions, or like certain like you can send messages to your audience that way. Next, I don't know what color to make these little bows. I don't want to go white, but maybe. So yeah, it's a good question. Good question. Cool. Thank you, the Combs. And if you started following already and I didn't say thank you, then thank you, Combs. Anyone else tuning in? Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Din Money here. We're at AGL Studios. Check us out at aglstudioart.com. Here with LP Channel. We're doing some character design for one of our upcoming games, Faulty Apprentice. It's really cool, really fun, like a dating RPG. It's going to be sick. This is going to be the alchemy instructor. So we're really excited about this. Definitely give me a follow. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of stuff. Do this every Tuesday for Booze Day Tuesdays. No. Okay. Sweet. So one thing I almost want to be like a very focal point is I want to give her like kind of this like Tony Stark little kind of like energy capsule thing. Maybe that can be like a crazy red color. It's almost a little scary. Now what we can do is like I can paint it a color, fill it, and then if I hit Command U, we can just take in the hue and slider, opens up the hue and saturation menu. We can just kind of go and just find out whatever color we feel like works the best. Like I almost want like a yellow to kind of match her eye, like it's this like crazy burning color. What we could do even is just leave it alright for now, just as long as it's selectable, and we'll add like a cool glow and like kind of stuff to that later. And your hair would look nice with a bit of purple, eh? Let's try it. So again, we'll just use Command U. Chill. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, that looks cool. I like it. Chill. Yeah. So what we did, yeah, Command U, change the hue and saturation, and that's what's so cool. Like as we kind of slowly build this character, like fill in the colors, we can kind of change the colors on the fly and be like, all right, chill. Like, oh, this is cool. I like this. I don't like this. Like maybe this red belt. Yeah, that was fun. You know, maybe it'd be cool if it was just brown. And maybe she had like a red bra, like maybe that'd be crazy. It's like, whoa, who is this chick? Maybe darker than that. I don't want too bright. Yeah, see, cause remember we want to leave ourselves somewhere to go with the lighting. So you don't want to go too dark or too light with these base colors. You want to kind of keep it, you know, it's where you can add some shadow, you can add a highlight, and kind of go from there. Nice. Cool, cool. Alright, let's see if matching panties look good. And then we make just all the bows red. Yeah, we'll leave it white for now. What the heck. So I'm looking at, I have a little thumbnail image of the character opened up. It's just a good, like, I'll use the navigator for that. You can use it to move around, but I don't know, it's kind of yeah, I guess it's okay. I just use the hand tool. But like, mainly I like to keep it open just because it does give me a little small version. Because, you know, this is good for just getting a nice like color vibe of your character, like we're doing right now. But let's say we were doing this like in the more later phases of the painting, or we're using it for like lighting. You know, it's like if the lighting looks good in the thumbnail, that's a good sign that it'll look pretty good in the end. You know, like and again, like if it's not looking in the thumbnail, it's like maybe I need to kind of like hone in the direction that's going here. Cool. Okay, so purple is something that's kind of not working for me, you guys. I like the idea there's like a bright like color focus of her underwear, because I do want it to be kind of like, what, like, why is she wearing underwear now? But the red wasn't necessarily going with the purple hair. I don't know, red and purple just never really worked for me. And I remember, like, maybe I'm scarred as a kid because I wore like red and purple one day, and I remember it was like, oh my god, like the fashion police like arrested me or something. So yeah, so we'll see that, like maybe that's kind of cooler. Yeah, that goes a little better with the white. Let's see if those are pink too. I don't know, we're just trying out pink down there. Woo! That's pretty gnarly. I don't know why she'd have pink stockings though too. That's alright. We'll go back to that. We'll go back. Maybe we can add like cool like stripes or something. I don't know. We'll see. Let's start messing with some of the skin color. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, we're talking about fucking art schools in the chat.
Oh, really? Oh, everyone's talking about art schools in there? That's awesome. Nice. Alright, so what I just did right there is I just took the line art layer and I threw it in an overlay. And yeah, it's really good. What that's going to do is basically it's going to make it go like interact with whatever colors below it. Yeah, it's not like a multiply, but the overlay, again, we're going to lose it a lot in the like when it's super light, but in the dark it looks kind of like a normal layer. But as you can see, it does, you know, create a little chemistry between the chemistry alchemist. Oh no, I'm sorry, but it does create a little kind of, you know, a nice interaction between the colors underneath it. You know, see now the lines are purple up here. It's a little lighter on the skin. And again, like what I was saying earlier, the lines, as we start painting, the lines are going to fade and they're just going to turn to nice edges. We're all going to be happy. One happy family. Nice. Cool. And it'll help kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I also want to see the red belt again on there. Maybe we give her a green belt. I don't know why I'm so hung up on a red belt. When in doubt, I just want to, like, I'll just put a color down. We can just bring in the hue and saturation and go from there. For some reason, I don't know why I like the idea of a belt on her, or like a color there, but again, just because you might like something, you might really want it to happen, doesn't mean it is best for the drawing itself. So in the end, we might just have to keep it brown. Try that for now. Yeah, it's a little bizarre. It's just bizarre right there. That's all right. Maybe we make that pink. That'll help a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay. Cool. So let's. I think we're about ready. That's base colors. I think they're okay for now. I think we can move on to the super fun skin time. Awesome. All right. So what I did there is I just selected the skin with the magic wand. I hit the right trigger, or I mean right trigger. no. Right click, or if you're on PC, I mean Mac, right click of your PC, just control click of your Mac, and then we're gonna go. I went to. I guess that's the last one now. My right click, I hit similar, and that's how it selected everything. So if I just select her ear, I can hit similar, and it's going to select every single thing that same color. There's a little tolerance level at the top here. So like, let's say if it was like, I keep it on pretty low tolerance just because like I don't want it to like going into other colors and stuff. But yeah, very, very cool. So I'm take that, I'm going to hit Command, Shift, and I, and that's going to invert the selection. And then what we're going to do is our good old, we could do a command, yeah, let's just do that. Our favorite thing to say, or sorry, Peachon's favorite thing to say, Command J, Mr. J. So there you go, we got that.
You can't stop me from saying that.
Yeah, you can't stop me from saying that. Awesome. Sweet. So now what that did there, you might be confused and bewildered, but don't be, we're all safe, we're all good. Awesome. So now I'm just going to recolor that previous layer. What happened is now we have everything separated from let me just like darken these so you can see everything that's in this. So ooh, a kind of darker cloak's not a bad idea. So now we've separated all of the clothing, everything that's not skin, even her eyeballs and irises are separated now. Cool. Yeah, cool. I do have a Patreon if anyone's interested. You can actually play some of the demos of this game that are out already. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool, really, really awesome. Yeah, the real checking it. Yeah, thank you, thanks Genji, appreciate it. Awesome. All right, so let's get into this. First, I don't know, I want to try darkening up the coat just a smidgen, just to see how that goes. Okay. Nah, almost. Nah, we'll leave it pretty light.
How old is she?
This, I'd say the later 20s. Maybe even 30.
20s. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe she's definitely one of the older characters, I think. But who knows, she's like got half elf stuff, so she'll live forever. 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 Cool. Alright, so let's get to it. This is gonna be fun.
Will their elf parts be a different skin color?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll find out right now. Alright, so cool, yeah, so let's start separating some of these skin colors. You know, I'd be thinking right now, like, holy crap, how are we gonna change the skin color? We're gonna do it really easily. And very funly. Actually, it doesn't even matter that I select out that stuff. That doesn't even matter, bro. So what's kind of cool about that is, like, the only parts that I need to really worry about when I'm selecting is along the lines, along these stitch lines, because those are where it's actually going to change. Everything else is above it in another layer, so that's super awesome. So let's just change the hue slightly to the side. Alright, so I just moved it very slightly. We can already see there's a little difference in there. Very nice. I hit Command H right there just to hide the selection. It's still there. Don't be afraid. It's still there. But it's kind of nice. Gets a better feel if you don't have to see that. So let's just darken this slightly, and then I'm going to up the saturation a bit. As you're kind of moving colors darker or like lighter, the saturation is a big key on that. So do be aware of that and be ready to play with it. I also want her like green skin, but I don't want like that yet. We're not going to get that crazy yet. Okay, cool. Now let's go up here. We have this. Alright, watch. Let's go ahead and select all the top skin. Let's maybe make this a little more paler, just to give us a little more. I don't know. Maybe this one, since this is her face, we don't want it to look too drastically different. So maybe we'll save that for another part. Alright, so let's move on. Let's start this line right here. And again, you might be noticing, like, good God, you're forgetting the stitches, Din! No, I'm not forgetting. I am consciously choosing to ignore them. Yeah, I am ignoring them right now just because it's going to be easier if I just go in with, like, a devil and a boss later on. Just, I mean, we could even use, like, a railroad track, like, kind of brush and just, like, ding, 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 if we want to do that. I don't want to do that because I wanted to have a little randomness or a little more, like, a little more crude, like a little more sewn look. But yeah, cool. Alright, so let's try something crazy right now, and let's maybe give a little, like, let's try to give like either blue or green skin right now. I know, what? That's crazy. So let's just slide it over right there. Alright, so that green, whoa, Whoa, a little too much, right? Alright, so let's desaturate it right there. So we're not going to freak out. We just got to keep in mind that as we kind of change these colors, we're going to need to mess with like don't be afraid to mess with those, what I'm saying, like the saturation and lightness to get the color that you want. Okay. And we don't have to nail it in one go. Alright, cool. Alright, that's chill. Let's try that out. Then, I guess we've only got one more stitch over there then. Let's... Didn't we have the other stitch layer? Alright, cool, here we go. Here's the other one. Remember a long time ago when our art director was like, can you remove one of those stitches on there? And we were like, you betcha, sir. You want to see it toggled on and off to make the even better decision? And he's like, yes. And then we did that. Alright, cool, yeah. So we saved it in another layer. So now it's like, alright, cool. You know, and in concept art, you want to be like I don't know, like a Native American Indian killing the buffalo. Like nothing will be wasted. So it's like, maybe not nothing, but we're gonna try to use as much as we can. So we have this awesome little like you know, just a nice section of stitch. I can even just duplicate that and we can just keep it. But what if we just had like just this part of the leg is stitched on this side, just like a little corner, or we could even take it even further and have it be like all the way across like that. Like maybe that's even cooler. We'll almost use the end of that. It works really well. We can even take this a little more, and maybe we could use it somewhere else too. Again, that's if we're really trying to push it. Like if we wanted like one going across right here, maybe that's too gnarly. Eek, I don't like that. That's a little harsh. That's all right though. Hey, that's all right. We tried. We used it. Hey, we used part of it. That line's a lot happier than that part got used, even still. So, you know, he died a happy line. Awesome. So I have that in overlay. The regular, our main line art layer is an overlay. You know, two overlays create an underlay. No, that's not how it works. It's not like two wrongs make a right. It's just you can merge it down and it's going to be fine. We don't have to worry about that. Even if that layer was not an overlay, let's note that. Let's say we had that was the normal layer. All right, normal layer style. It's like, oh, cool. Let's get rid of that.
We got a question from DMN Funky.
Okay.
It said, DN Money, did you change your Patreon to credit card only? I pledged before the PayPal, but I canceled it on the way back. Now, and I want to pledge you again, but I got a credit card. Can you help with that?
Yikes. Yeah, I'll look into that. That was weird. You know what? I know what you're talking about. I had some problems with that for the people I'm supporting. So I'll definitely get on that, and I'll post like a journal on my DeviantArt. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Awesome. So let's really quick. Let's get back to this cool like line thing that's happening right here. So something to note with layers. If we have this overlay layer right here, our main line art layer, and we want to just add this extra line art to it, like let's say we wanted to add a little happy face right here, just an example. Alright, cool. So we have that, and that's in a normal layer. It's like black. If I merge it down, boom, Command E, it's automatically going to take on the layer style that or the layer properties of whatever you're merging it down into. Let's say, but I don't want that. Alright, well then what we can do is we select them both and hit Command E. It's going to just create normal layer. It's like, you don't want this, you don't want that, well then you get nothing. Alright, so that's important to note too. That means like if you just select both of them and merge it, it's kind of like they're forming something new in a way. Let me get some coffee. Awesome, you know, versus if we just merge it down, it'll automatically just take on the overlay properties the way we want it, and that's nice. Cool. Awesome. And again, thank you, Dim Funky, for being a supporter on Patreon. That's sick, dude. That's awesome. I can't wait to get you back, man. Sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. You can soon you'll be meeting this femme fatale in the game. So awesome. Let's get back to it. I think we might want to change this main layer. Maybe we can give her like I want to mix up this color with that. Or basically, I want to have this color where the breasts are be different than down here, just so it kind of helps. Hey Matt, thanks for the host. Awesome.
Oh shit.
Sweet.
I should host you.
Yeah, right. My other mod's like, oh crap, dude.
Whoops.
That's chill. It's all
there
good.
You go.
Thank you.
Enjoy
So
the
kind.
viewers.
Awesome. So let's kind of, you know, again, we're like concept artists or we're like production artists, so we want to be thinking ahead about thinking what we're doing. So we're gonna kind of take the color we have right here. So I'm gonna use this. We're building upon constantly. Let's say like I want to even maybe I just want like a slightly darker version of that. I can just click on where the overlay was and it'll give me that. It'll be nice. And it's like, okay, we want to build upon it, but let's say we can use that, and it's going to be a lot closer to maybe like a blue color, like if we want to change it to blue, than it would be if we just grabbed like a straight new like color, like we just changed it straight up ourselves. So it's a little faster, like if we were trying to, if we were really under the gun, we had to like kind of get these done a little quicker, that'd be a way to kind of do that. Nice. There's something to keep in mind. Awesome. Alright, let's give this, I almost want this kind of like a dark, like a way darker leg. Nice. So I'm going to watch the saturation. When you're doing like kind of a, if you want more tan skin, you'll be surprised how much you might have to saturate it. And again, it's kind of like contradictory if you're like it's something you want to watch out for, because if you're like me, or like a lot of artists, like you kind of, it's really easy to make things too saturated in Photoshop. Like you're just working digitally, because it's just like, oh man, when you look at the color, it's just like it's right here. You want to try to stay along this line, but it looks so nice. Like, you know, you want orange, you automatically think going to that corner, but don't do it. Don't do it. But when you're working on tan skin, if you're not getting the color you want, if it's looking a little like not lively enough, you might have to bump up the saturation. Yeah, the value. Value is greater than color. Always, always, always. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, value. You know what? I won't say it's always more valuable in color, because sometimes you don't need a lit character. You know, but if you are saying like the value of the contrast, as far as like your dark gloves, that stuff, yeah, it's important too. Yeah, the value is a big part of color. Yeah. Nice, cool. Do you think it's better to learn to paint values first or go right into color? Oh, that's why you were saying. I was like, Illustrate was really enthusiastic about the value thing. I'm thinking he's responding to something. You know, it's directly above. All right, cool. So yeah, to be honest, I personally, if you're trying to learn lighting, then yeah, definitely start with painting in values. Like I used to just paint in black and white first, and then add the colors after that. It's not a bad way to do it at all. Yeah, definitely give that a try if you want it. Yeah, I'll be streaming until 6 p.m. So for another 25 minutes. Awesome. Okay. Let's maybe swap these up. Like, as cool as this is, it almost looks like a band. I think I see what. So let's make this a little less obvious. Put that there. Let's just grab one of these, this one. See if that looks any different down there. Okay. So what I could have done is like create another layer with that same color in like a little palette layer. That's alright. I got it before. I'm not too worried about getting that color again. Okay, cool. See, that works a little better for me. Sweet. Nice. Cool. Alright, sweet. Just on the, to go back to the whole value versus color thing, yeah, it's tough, like learning lighting. So it's a lot easier if you can kind of just like really hone in on just, you know, the light itself. Awesome. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna start using maybe we could use overlay. I'm gonna use some multiply right now. I'm gonna use kind of a brighter red. And I want to start adding in a little flesh to this. And I want to be very, I don't know, I'm debating, I don't want to make those too like open sore like wounds. But I'm going to use I'm in a multiply layer right now, and we're just kind of adding some soft red just in places, almost like we're painting in the shadows. But we're not really painting the shadows, we're painting, don't freak out when I say this, okay you guys? Don't freak out. We're painting blood. Told you guys not to freak out. Alright, but yeah. So we're painting blood right now, just because You know, and just think like skin. You know, I was talking about earlier. It's a very, very complicated surface texture, or just like, you know, it's just complicated. You know, the way light interacts with it. So there's gonna be a lot of color fluctuations and stuff. And this is kind of just one of those colorations things. You know, like for me, sometimes the process is, you know, easier if I'm kind of working it systematically, as in like you know, like how we have the skin and then the clothes are all on top of that. You know, like this, it's like the skin. It's like, well, the blood is technically the main point of skin. That's under the skin. So maybe let's have that be, you know, first. So it's a nice way to start off. And you might be wondering, like, well, where do we put the blood? If it's blood, should it just be everywhere? Or yeah. So you want to be thinking about like in shadows, that kind of stuff, where like body parts meet each other, that kind of thing. Yeah, I can just add a little bit to the lips right now. I'm sure it's fine. Like, see across here on the other side of the neck. And like, see how it kind of mixes in with that green? It's already kind of getting some weird, you know, like it's kind of, you know, starting to create some interactions. It's kind of cool. Okay. Let me save that. I think I need to do a quick microphone check. Let me just do that really quick, everyone. So cool, let me save that out. We'll do a quick coffee break. Just a little note, hello anyone new following or out there, like, what's up? It's me, your good friend and humble host, Din Money. We're starting to color this lovely feline here, this femme fatale, for a like a dating RPG. And yeah, it's gonna be sick. Really excited. If you're not already following me here on Twitch, definitely give me a follow. I'm still relatively new to Twitch. Well, I'm not that new now. Like, I'm starting to, you know, find my groove, but I can only stream once a week. So if you're not following me yet, yeah, definitely, you know, definitely do. Every Tuesday we have a blast here. If you're into character design for like games and stuff, definitely give me a follow, because yeah, that's what we do. Alright, awesome. Let's get that out of here. And if you're just tuning in, yeah, we've got everything separated into a couple layers. We've got the, like, this base layer right here, and then we've got other layers. Yeah, see what the heck. Alright, cool. Yeah, so we got this base color layer here, and then we've got a skin underneath it. And this character is like kind of like a sewn together like Frankenstein. So if you're wondering why there's, you know, stitches on her face, and, you know, yeah, if you're wondering why, that's why. So I'm looking at this and I almost want her skin to be blue right there. I know, blue. Yeah, I don't know. I like how there's some green here. I want to get a little more craziness out of her. Yeah, see, that's already kind of what I was going for instantly. Excellent. All right, cool. Ooh, a lot scarier, huh? Maybe we could even try something further. And at this phase, you know, this is like we're kind of killing two birds with one stone. We're doing the concept for her as we're creating the sprite. Which sometimes how it happens, like, I'm not even kidding, like, you'll be at a game studio and they're like, alright, we need concepts for these characters. You do it, they're like, alright, looks sick, put it in the game, you know, or like, use that for this card art for their something, you know, use it for the sprite, you know, like, yeah, so be prepared for the world to see whatever you do. No sketch is too rough. Yeah, maybe they kind of are. Alright, where I was going with that is like, yeah, this is a great phase to just like experiment and have fun. Cool. Nice. See, I wanted to see if it's like the dark eye. Dark eyes. Alright, maybe that's a little too scary. We'll see. We'll see. It is kind of scary. It's freaking me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty freaking scary. Alright. I'll make that a little lighter yellow. Hopefully that'll help. Still pretty freaky. Alright, well, we'll go back to that. I don't know, I'm having trouble keeping eye contact with her. Awesome. Let's go back. Let's take it back to the skin. Where were we? Where were we again? Alright, awesome. Let's just add another layer in here. Right now, I think let's just get these eyes looking a little nicer around there. One of the things I want to do just first off is add a little eyeshadow on there. Elf wearing eyeshadow? Are you kidding me, Din? No, I'm not kidding. It looks cool, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know. I just like it. I'm just gonna add a little shadow around there, and you could do this with even just a big soft brush. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be like too precise. And you could always just like using some dark. You can always kind of come in with the lasso if you really want to get like some highlights or something. You know, if you want to cut out a certain area of it. So you can kind of get hards and softs by using a combination of like the lasso and a soft brush. Cool. Alright, so now notice in the other eye, see again, like you want to, don't go too bright or dark. So see how bright that eye is? Like, it's too bright, man. She's looking crazy. Cool. It's like, it can look a little cartoony. Yeah, they can be like kind of bright, but you know, we don't want it to go too gnarly. Alright, cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of I'm gonna throw another multiply layer up there, and let's just get a little bit of red in that eye. Just enough to where it's not just like this flat white thing. I mean, yeah, that's fun in cartoons and stuff, but not that's not what we're going for on this. Even though we do this is pretty anime. Yeah. Cool. Whew, that is freaky. That's I almost want to like draw some things in her eyes. How you doing over there, Peachon?
I'm just trying to figure out some Photoshop stuff here.
Oh, awesome.
I said I was going to post a work in progress of that Final Fantasy picture, but I got kind of caught up in
yeah.
stuff.
That's chill. Alrighty. So let's try. I want this eye to be pretty freaking golden. And if you want something to glow, sometimes you need to add a little dark. I know, it's pretty deep, huh? A little Din love for you guys. Alright, cool. Nice. This actually kind of like this kind of inspired from this one character in this one comic I used to read a long time ago. She got these like crazy golden eyes. Whew. So hot. Alright. Let's mess with this right now. Because I know I want this to be glowing crazy later, I'm just going to go ahead and make this dark right now. And just so it's just like a dark emptiness on there, we can really like kind of do whatever we want with it later. You know, so, because it's like, yeah, it might be kind of cool, light there, but maybe we want like some like glow from within it, show them some mechanical stuff in there. Who knows? But if I have it really dark and separate right now, I can just add to it later. The purple's a little much, so let's just change that. But other than that, that's good. Let's darken it a little bit. Hey, sweet. Hey, what's up, Justin? Thanks for coming out, man. Oh, and Sin. Hey, what's up, man? Sweet. We got everyone in here. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Cool. What's up, you guys? What's everybody drawing today, huh? Woo! Awesome. So I'm drawing this freaky bitch right now. Yeah, she's crazy. Something we could even try right now, just because, I don't know, it's kind of fun, is when like the underside of a collar is like a different color. I don't know, I always think that's kind of cool. We'll see if we can pull it off in here though. Sometimes it's like something you might think is so cool. Like a good example is, remember early on this concept, I was like, yeah, I kind of want her cloak, like her like coat, like kind of coming off, like she's almost like it's just barely like dangling from her arms, almost like a kimono kind of look, where it's like coming off. But you know, it just wasn't working. Like sometimes, you know, you have to just be prepared to just delete your drawing and start from scratch. No, just kidding. You don't want to do that. But yeah, sometimes you kind of have to do what's best for the drawing. You know, you have to put yourself aside and think. You know, you have to be like a Jedi, and the needs of the Republic come before, you know, the needs of you Sith bastards out there. Oh my God, who's dark side in the chat? I need to kick you out. No, just kidding. Cool. Did anybody see that the SNL skit? Oh my God, I can't stop laughing about it. It's too funny. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah. So let's just try this out. Again, to be honest with you guys, I'm not even kidding. I do not expect this to work, but I kind of set a rule for myself a long time ago when I was, you know, starting out as an artist, and It's funny because I remember I talked about this earlier too, and I was like, yeah, did anybody set any like kind of weird rules for yourself or like obstacles that you kind of like felt like you needed to do to like either like prove your skill or to like you felt would really enhance it? One of the things I did was I kind of made a rule for myself was like if you get an idea, you have to try it. You know, whether you know you have to spend a whole another hour on the piece, you know, you have to try it just so you know if it is really cool. And one of those, that was my like kind of rule I set for myself. So let's just try that right now. All right, so Jesus, I don't even know what color it had. Let's just throw down a color and then we'll just go from there. That's sometimes what you can do. All right, so you have some blue. Okay, that's chill. And again, yeah. When in doubt, just throw a color, Command U, and just start going with it, because you'll never know if you might get a cool like surprise or something. You know, sometimes you don't know if it works until you see it. This character is like kind of getting a bubblegum feel. Is anyone else getting that? All these like crazy light colors. I don't know. Bubblegum. Oh, the dark. That's crazy. No, don't look at it, Peachon. You're too mean. Not chill. Yeah, you can see. It's all good.
It's all super
Oh, yeah, chill. Yeah, so